Hey everyone, this is Dan the GM, welcoming you to Season 2 of What the Dice. This season, Shadowrun. So sit back, relax, and let's meet our runners.
Hello, my name is Arderan Gibbens. I will be playing Dr. Burner, a pharmacist who has been running in the shadows for, well, most of his professional life.
I am Jack. I am playing Spuds, a smooth-talking magician.
I'm Riley, and I am playing Sasquatch.
Oh, heck hi, it's me, I'm Pond. I am playing Whiplash. I am the face of the party.
Listener discretion advised. Content warning level, green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter, foul language, sex, violence, drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
We find ourselves in a green room, backstage in some party somewhere. We can kind of hear what sounds like party music, big brass, things of that nature outside, but it is muffled and really hard to hear. But our attention turns to a man dressed in a fine suit, sitting on a couch, leaning forward, his elbows on his knees, and he is staring at a book in front of him. He has a smile. As we look closer, we see it is Edward Light. His eyes, though cybernetic, gives him that look of tiredness, as if he had been up for hours just reading and reading. He shakes his head, and the tiredness seems to instantly vanish as he puts on this veneered smile, slowly stands, and moves towards the door. So you guys are sitting around a table and you are, discussing that you have decided that you're going to go with the masquerade ball.
Yeah,
You still have the strange Johnson sitting in front of you with 4 earbuds in his ears as he's jamming out to some music.
I like to think that your pencil clicking lined up with that, which then led to all of us, the chewing and Whiplash's pencil clicking also lining up with the music because you could hear it. But yeah. Wait, so, we did agree on the masquerade.
I heard
floated
that. I think
out
it was the lead of it because it's going to be the most fun. I believe it's the term that was used. But
I agree.
This is episode 2. This is the chance for you all to do your planning. Now, you do need to let the Johnson know which party you choose to go with, and until you let him know, you do not have a way in yet. But he might have more information if you so deem to ask him. So, you guys get to pick it up.
All right, so we're going with the masquerade then. I look at everybody and ask that.
Masquerade sounds great.
Sounds as good as any.
Sounds way more fun than the award ceremony.
Yeah, not as cute as orphan puppies, but we're adults, I guess.
Are orphan puppies cute?
I mean, anything orphan is cute.
I don't.
What?
We do.
I'll tap the Johnson on like the shoulder to get his attention.
Stopping this awkward interaction of like orphans are cute.
Yeah.
As you tap him on the shoulder, he pulls out an earbud. Well, have we made a decision? Which party are we going to? Or you're going to, not me. I'm not going to a party. I'm going to go somewhere else where I'm much needed. So, which one do you want to go to? That's my life. You can all just trek off.
Okay.
So, which party are you planning on crashing?
The masquerade.
Yeah, good. Well, you're going to have to find a way in. Well, I'll get you the tickets. You're going to have to find a way to get disguises and find out which mask thing he will be in, and
Oh, dang.
I didn't think that far ahead.
I didn't either. I was looking forward to wearing a mask personally and didn't think about anyone else wearing masks.
Well,
I will be right back with those tickets. You do the things runners do best, which is plan and not die.
before he goes,
yes.
Is it a fancy event?
Well, I mean, it is got CEOs of corporations there, and a couple of the Lone Stars are there, and then the lead of the Golden City Paladins is there, and I think Captain Reginald. He might be in. Nope, it would still be Captain Reginald will be there, and I think maybe the mayor, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not like I can find the guest list. I'm not a decker.
Well, I just mean, is there a dress code or something?
Well, that's for you to figure out. I only have so much information. I can tell you where to go, when to be there, and I can get you the ticket.
All right.
I can tell you without any information that there is definitely a dress code, and right now you don't fit it.
I am so excited to get dressed up.
If only we knew a decker.
If only.
I will let you all discuss your plan, and I will go get those tickets.
While he's here, can I cold sim him to see what else he has on him? Like, does he have a comms link, or what kind of tech stuff does he have on him?
So you can hop into the Matrix, which is a free action, and you can do a Matrix perception.
But I would have to hot sim to do that.
You do not have to hot sim. You can cold sim.
Oh, I can cold sim and do that. Okay.
Yes, you can.
So roll is it Matrix? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes and 1.
With 6 successes, you scan over him, and you don't find any other technology, which is really weird because 4 ears, that's got to be cyber. No, there's no cybernetics. Okay, he opened the door without being there. All right, maybe he's got a remote. You look around, and this warehouse is completely devoid of all technology, except for the comlink on his hip and the miscellaneous pieces of technology on your compatriots.
All right, I'm going to let him go and get the tickets, but while he's away, I think I want to inform the others, like, something seems a little off about this fella here. I kind of think that they don't necessarily know everything. I mean, obviously they don't know everything. The way they're talking, they don't know the guest list. They just have the information. So I'm betting that they were paid to give us this job with very limited information.
That would be probably a very wise assessment to make.
Do I guess any of us, but I'm asking for Spud. Is it common to be asked to be requested like by name?
If you were a highly experienced runner with a lot of runs under your belt and your name is known, that is a little bit more common. For a group like y'all, you're not super well known. You all have your little niches that you've found, but you're not like, you don't have Renraku knocking on your door to ask you to do a run. You guys are, in a sense, new runners. So,
and this is a lot of money for what can be described as a pretty green team.
Yes, and this is also very much a milk run, so something that is incredibly simple, but it's got a lot of high pay, which is really weird.
Which is, once again, why Doc Burner is... He's not suspicious, he just knows that this job's going to be more complicated than it's being sold.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we need nice clothes for one.
Oh, I know a place.
Well, and I look to Whiplash, hoping that she knows a place instead of Sasquatch.
Whoa. No. Trust me. It's a great place.
It's probably going to be a bit, may I say,
expensive.
Strange. It'll be expensive, but we've got money. We've been fronted that much. It's going to be a bit strange if all of us go sauntering in there, well, together. We may need to approach this by a couple of avenues, show up at a couple of different times. I've got my contacts I can call about that, but looks up and down at the two sort of street rats.
You're talking about going to the masquerade or going to this place that Sasquatch knows?
Well, I was talking about the masquerade.
Oh, okay.
It won't be suspicious if all of us go to where I want to go together. It'll just be normal.
I assume that to anyone onlooking that we would be a very suspicious bunch regardless of where we end up going, especially if it's a place that you have. But I take it that that's not something people pay as much attention here in this part of the city.
Is there anything I can roll since I live here to know if it's common for these things to like bring a date? Or is that just...
That would actually be... Do you have high society? Let me find your knowledges.
I don't think so.
Nope. You wouldn't know.
Oh,
okay.
Earlier, Whiplash said that she had an invite.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be like on her? Is that canon? Is that okay?
Yeah,
I was just
absolutely.
Talking shit.
No, that's absolutely okay.
Does it have like plus ones on there type of thing?
I think we're all in agreement that if someone has one, it's Whiplash for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the way these work is, yes, there is a plus one, but there's usually some kind of speculation of what you can and cannot have or what the dress code is. Now, Whiplash, I want you to roll your edge.
Okay.
And that's going to determine what level of ticket you have. If it is just your basic ticket or if this is a VIP ticket.
Let me just find... There we go. Got it. Okay. Well, let me find my edge. I do have high class bar and club knowledge also. I just want to throw that out there. Edge.
Really?
Okay.
Who would have guessed?
I'm so surprised. Oh no, it's a glitch.
It is a glitch. Oh
no. Whiplash is going to be so embarrassed.
So what happens with a glitch?
Your ticket required an RSVP and you have missed the cutoff. So your ticket is not valid.
I wasn't going to go. Damn it.
What's wrong?
My ticket's not valid anymore because I don't usually go to things like this. It's kind of like a,
Really?
Dead of a party.
I could probably hack in and make it so that you did. Wink, wink.
There's that. I was actually going to ask, weren't you offered a ticket?
Oh yeah, no. The Johnson has stated you do have he has tickets for everyone if you need it.
Yeah, but my ticket's VIP, so I'm just gonna hand my comm link to Sasquatch.
Yes.
Ooh. All right, Sasquatch, you now have a comm link in your hand. It is a very beautiful comm link. It seems like it is the top of the line of its particular series.
Ooh, before I grab it, from within my duster jacket that I'm wearing, I pull out this cloth. And it looks pretty clean, and I wipe my hands very, very clean so that I am not dirtying her comm link.
Oh, that's so thoughtful. Thank you. I just got it yesterday.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to mess up your property.
Doc hands you an alcohol swab.
Oh, thank you. Takes it, wipes my hands with it.
Spud offers you another potato. Mainly because he feels left out because everyone's involved with you.
Thanks, Spud. I mean, you can keep it. I still have the one you gave me earlier.
I remember that it became cooked, and I take it back aggressively. I snatch it back.
Plus, with all this alcohol on my hands, it might ferment, or we might get vodka. What's?
Nope, vodka. Potato.
Vodka
is from potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Whew, yeah, see, I know
Coincidentally, my go-to drink.
Color me surprised.
Of course it is. All right, so I'm going to take my I pull up my sleeve a little bit, and then I pull out a cord and plug it into the comlink that she just
Are you
gave
going
me.
to go full hot sim?
I think I probably should.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, you probably should.
Oh, I'm going to go against a wall and just sit down on the ground.
Okay.
There's comfy chairs.
Yeah, they're comfy chairs.
No, I'm okay. I'm
I
good.
scoop him up and I put him in a chair.
Oh.
Well, you're unconscious, so it's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
All right. So, hot sim.
Hacks into the orphan puppy website. Finds them all homes.
All the pictures of the celebrities like holding the children.
Yeah.
You're hacking this digitally, so give me a hack roll.
7 successes and 3 ones.
Okay, with 7 successes, you have gotten in at the system. In this Matrix world, the world around you is digitized. You see things a little bit differently. It seems that this comlink is very new. It still has that unedited Matrix feel, so it's that green lines and black bordery feel to it. Before you see the files, you see contacts, and you see a link to her ticket. It seems as if there's a forward it to a web address to claim and do the RSVP.
Okay. In secret, my new friend can't see what I'm doing in here, right?
Correct. You have the comlink in your hand, and you are jacked into it.
Perfect. I want to just real quick look through contacts and see if we happen to have any shared friends or acquaintances.
All right. Give me another hack roll.
Ooh, that's less. Maybe.
That's so many ones.
Yeah, it's 4 and 4. So
it is not a failure. So let me see. As you flip through the contacts, I have a question for Whiplash.
Yeah.
When it comes to your contacts, do you put in their actual name, or do you have nicknames that you use for them?
Ooh, so that's I think that Whiplash would probably use actual names because I have so many contacts within like the upper echelon of society, so it would definitely be real names. That way I don't forget who people are. Like I can just pull out my phone real quick and be like, who is this person? There's probably also little like notes in the contacts of like where I met them and like their favorite color.
So Sasquatch, as you go through this checklist of contact, you don't see anyone that you recognize. At least someone that is not connected to you directly. But you do notice that there's a couple of names that seem pretty familiar. Roll me a knowledge or a memory check.
Okay. That was going to be my next thing, was in there. Is there anybody that I would recognize? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes and 1.
So you are flipping through and you see a picture of someone you recognize, and you're like, where do I know this picture from? And the more you think about it, the more you realize that one of the contacts is a Ustream star, a streamer that is pretty popular in the younger generations. They are very much the kind of cosplay, they sing, they do gaming, and they are pretty popular. They are not like in that upper echelon of those streaming stars, but they're up there. And it seems as if they've had conversations recently talking about going to parties and whatnot. But that is the only one that you could say you recognize.
Okay. Was there a name?
We're gonna say it's Dareth, Derith, Dareth. Flirty grass.
Did you say flirty grass?
I did, yeah.
Is perfect.
Yeah, that's what we're rolling with.
Are they a fairy?
I believe they are elven.
Yeah, elven.
Okay.
I'm just imagining like an OnlyFans tier that says touch grass.
That's
Oh boy.
when I start up my OnlyFans, that's gonna be my number 1 tier.
So Dareth Flirtygrass is the streamer name you see, and you've probably watched a couple of their streams. They are like, they easily hit that, like, whenever they log in, they get that 60K like within minutes of being on live.
Oh, impressive.
It must be nice.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. That kind of puts me at ease as far as some suspicions. So that's great.
All right.
I'll back out of contacts and then go and do what I'm supposed to do, which was RSVP. I remembered.
When you said I back out, I was like, is he really gonna just
just back out of contacts, exit that folder.
All right, so logging into the greater matrix.
Would I be able to change the date that it's RSVP'd and like on the back end it would show that date as well? Or would somebody be able to figure out that it was changed recently?
So that is going to be depending on how good you are at hacking. So that is an opposed roll for the website versus you once you get to there. So, traveling through the matrix, you find this site. It is a charity ball that they put every year, and it claims that it has the most exclusive invitation list. You find yourself at the doors of this website, and you need to hack it to get in. So give me another hack roll. So the first thing you need to do is you need to roll. We'll do hack on the fly, and that is hacking plus logic.
I'll do this after, but while that's going on, Doc wants to make a few phone calls.
6 and 3.
6 hits.
Nice.
You were able to slip in unknown. You have a system built into your deck that starts to tick down the timer of how long you've been in the website, which is giving you kind of the idea of how long you have before the system identifies you.
Perfect.
Go ahead and give me your perception.
Okay. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, dang. That's 6 and 2.
With 6 successes, you are able to easily find your way into this file, and since everyone's RSVP'd, the network doesn't seem to be really watching this file. Now, there's a couple things you can do. You now are able to see the entire invite list of who is coming. It doesn't give like a description of like what they're wearing or anything like that, but you do see a very long list of the about 50 to 55 people that are showing up. And you do find Whiplash. Well, you don't see Whiplash as the name on the invitation.
Oh.
Whiplash, what is your character's real name?
Oh no. Oh no, I didn't think this through all of the way.
This is what happens when you hire the wrong person to fix your AC.
My actual name is Delilah Prettytree. It's not as cool as Whiplash.
Love it. I think that's a very pretty name.
So, tracing the RSVP information, you find a Delilah Prettytree. Seems like they have a low-level VIP with one guest.
Low-level VIP. Okay, first of all, gotta bump that up.
Right. So I need you to roll. This is going to be a edit file.
Oh. 4 and 1?
With 4 successes, you're able to edit the file up to the next grade up. So she is a VIP tier 2, which gives her the ability to bring her security force and 1 guest.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Huge.
Yeah.
Which allows her security force to bring in firearms. There is a notation that states that all firearms must have either stick and shock or gel rounds loaded.
That is so hot. That might mean I might be trying to bring in 1 more person. I don't know this stuff yet, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, can I be communicating while... we haven't linked up necessarily?
You can actually, because of the way your decks are designed, there is a little speaker that you can activate. There is also a little screen that you could activate so they could see what you see, if you wanted to.
I don't want to do that because I don't want the others to know her name.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I'll go over the speaker and just tell them.
I'm upgrading us so we've got the security force and we can go in as security and a +1. So somebody gets to be a date.
I don't want to impose, but
You can be my date.
There.
but if you got someone better, that works too.
As long as someone is willing to carry my shotgun for me, I'm really not going to complain either way.
I mean, spud to stud. Gotta be your date.
If I'm being honest, guys, though.
Oof.
Oh.
But it's not a real date, so it's all right.
I mean, do you want to go out to? We can all go out to dinner first.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
This is tomorrow.
Yeah, we have time.
It's all right. I'll talk to her with my therapist.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're in therapy. That's so important for.
I agree.
Everything.
Not enough people are in it. If I'm being honest, a lot of weirdos.
My therapist says that I'm too materialistic.
My therapist.
Whiplash rolls her eyes.
Hey, everyone. This is Dan, the GM, bringing you the mid-roll. So we're going to make this short and sweet, I absolutely promise. So I got 1 announcement, and I've got 1 promo. The announcement, like always, please do not forget that we've got a Patreon. All that money helps us keep this show running smoothly and hopefully helps us expand. For those who are paying to help us keep those lights on, Lady Lumi and Ethan, thank you so much for all of your support. And for those who are following us on Patreon, thank you. Those follows do help us fight those algorithm monsters and let people find us. And for the promo, it is September, and Absolute Dreckstorm is our September promo. Karma and his gang do an absolutely amazing job telling their variation of Shadowrun. So let's hear that promo right now.
Why there, chummers, have you ever wanted to steal an egg? And not just any egg, a magic dragon egg. And not just any magic dragon egg, but one locked away under super high security, where you'll probably die and then be magically revived and forced to work for the very corp that killed you? No? Oh, well, too bad. Welcome to an Absolute Dreckstorm, a Shadowrun 5th Edition podcast where I constantly put my players in bad situations, and they find the most difficult way to solve them, typically involving lots of murder and death. But they don't need to worry about dying because of the Draco Knight in their body, which seems to be reviving them and totally isn't doing bad stuff that is slowly turning them into drakes and causing them to lose all control of their instinct and kill all their friends. So come on down and join Group H, a ragtag group of Shadowrunners whose moral compass doesn't exist, just trying to survive Seattle while being hunted down by a mysterious dragon and being bossed around by the Draco Foundation. We have poison, we got AIs, we have Santa Claus, we have betrayal, a lot of burnt edge, 0 brain cells, and milk. So come on down to any podcast listening app and search for an Absolute Dreckstorm. We'll be waiting for ya.
Goodbye.
If you want to check them out, if you look down in the description, you'll find a link to not only their Twitter page, but to their Spotify playlist. Go give them a listen, a follow, a rating, a review, all that fun jazz. And give them some love. And of course, if you're listening to us, we do ask that you do share us, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We do have a YouTube channel, and we would love to see that grow as well. All those links and more down in the description. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of this episode.
While this is happening, can I make 2 calls?
Absolutely.
Okay, first one I'm going to call is my ground contact person that, I can usually count on nearby. I want to go hit up Kiri, first of all. This is not my date, but I want to hit her up first.
Okay.
So I go out to where the cell reception's a little bit better, closer to where we stepped in, and I go ahead and dial her up.
It rings for a little bit longer than you would expect it to for Kiri, and then she pops in. Hey, everything okay?
Everything's okay. Remember that arrangement we worked out a while ago where you're gonna get me contacts, perhaps even a above board position here in the Golden City a few months back?
Yeah, still working on it. Just
well,
trying
I
to
was
push
wondering
paperwork
if you might be able to speed that up a little bit. I've got an event fairly public to go at. It would be nice to be able to have at least a little bit of a default alias. If not the one you're working on, a name and a position would be fine. I don't need a full sim or anything like that, but...
I can get you at least... Well, I was able to get your doctorate papers to go through. So we've got that in the system. I'm putting it as like you're starting up a new homeless charity clinic is what we're working on. That's what I'm waiting on getting to kick through.
If you could doctor some photos and get at least a front page set up there, do you think you could have this done by tomorrow night?
Ooh, that's gonna be tricky.
How much tricky sounds like it's gonna cost? How much is it gonna cost?
Probably, well, I can get my best decker on it and get it done tonight, and I'll run you about 100K. I mean, you're talking, I gotta hack the Golden City Broadcasting. Like, they run the press. There's
That's
2 newspapers
maybe a
here.
little bit too hot. What would it take to get maybe a bit more of a mid-level position at one of the established pharma corps? At least something that if someone asks me who I am, I at least can pass that off. I don't want to burn what you're working on quite yet if I don't have to.
I mean, I can get you that you're being brought in as... there was a thing over at Lotus Core that they're looking for people to work with, like, paracreatures to understand how they work, like how their chemicals work on the metatypes.
I could probably pass that off. I minored in parazoology.
Yeah, I will put you down there.
I'm assuming that's going to cost somewhere under 100 grand.
Yeah, it'll run you about 10 grand.
That I can do.
All right.
Wiring it over to you now.
All right, I'll take care of that now. What name you want to use?
Give me something that suits me. You've always been better at names than I have.
Pop out.
I'll come up with one, Dan, out of character.
I know. All right. She goes, all right, I will get started on that right now. That shouldn't take me more than a couple of hours.
All right. Take care, Kyrie. Get a
You
cup
too.
when this is all over. I'll hang up. Then I want to go ahead and I want to actually hit up an acquaintance of mine, maybe less of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call up Doc Knight.
The phone rings again, rings a third time. Doc Knight, what's the nature of your emergency?
It's me.
What the hell are you doing in town?
I am not on a run yet, but I'm going to be on a run tomorrow night. Going to be pretty public appearance, and, well, let's just say that I don't trust all the details that my employer gives us. I think something might go down, but I'm not expecting it. I could use an extra set of eyes. Possibly even I hate to use this word, but a date.
There's a moment of silence before you hear her just break it down laughing, before she calms herself down and she takes a deep breath. Okay, now,
I'll pay you 10 grand plus whatever chems you end up having to use.
Really?
Keep me alive.
All right, when is it? What do I need?
Tomorrow, I'll make sure that you got a ticket. I'll send you the deets on where we show up. Me and you go in together, but after that, we split off. You just keep a pair of eyes on me and work your magic if mine's not enough.
All right. I will, what party is this? I'm pretty linked in here.
It's the masquerade tomorrow. Charity fundraiser. Orphans, I think.
All right. I'll get something together. Make sure you dress to match, or make sure you dress for this party. You can't just go in just like some runner. You gotta have some style with this one.
I will be sure to wear my extra crisp lab coat.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll just send me the deets.
I go ahead and I send her the deets that I have, and I also wire over the other 10 grand. I'm gonna mark 20 grand off now.
Okay. So back to the rest of the party. What are you guys wanting to do? You now have your VIP tickets lined up. You still need to get some kind of disguises for everyone.
When I upgraded, we just automatically check it as RSVP'd and everything, yep. Right? I don't have to do another check. Can I, before that, communicate with the party and say,
hey, the guy was saying that, one, some guy named King might be trying to kill our target. Mm-hmm. I can try and, while I'm in here, I've got the guest list. Maybe I can check and see if King or some sort of ties are there. And then another thing is that Edward Light has bodyguards. Maybe I can lower his VIP status so that he has less guards.
Lowering his guard count would be trickier, but it is possible. Now, the one thing that, if you're from the Golden City, you know, Edward Light has 2 orc bodyguards that almost are always around him. So you know that at a minimum, he would have the VIP 2 status.
Okay.
If I may, I'd say we, other stuff is good, but I really don't think we should worry too much about his bodyguards.
Okay. All right, I'm good with that.
Ultimately, we both are trying to keep him safe, right? So we just gotta get close enough to let him. Oh shit! Does anyone remember the thing we're supposed to say?
I was just gonna say.
Absolutely, the pawns are about to go into play.
Oh, how you didn't sound very confident in that.
I trailed off at the end there, but you know, I'm also hacking. Multitasking is there's a lot.
That's
stuff,
true.
Okay.
That's true. I say as I'm stacking my 2 potatoes on his head and balancing them.
So yeah, Sasquatch, you can't feel anything that happens in your meat body. So yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, you have absolutely no idea.
Could I make a Golden City knowledge roll to see if I, by chance, know King's name?
His real name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could give you that. You can either do that, or if you have knowledge mafia.
Nope.
All right. So roll your knowledge Golden City.
All right, let's. Okay, that's 3 successes.
Ooh.
With 3 successes, you know that King, from the day he took over, or from the day he created the Rose shipping company to now, has always been known as King. Anytime you have seen him in the news, you see him with a large troll bodyguard that has gleaming red eyes, that all the newspapers note him as a bodyguard named Red Eyes because they don't know his actual name. You do know that it is confirmed, at least through the shadows, that King is a mafia boss, and that he has taken great care in keeping one of the best PR agencies in the Golden City to keep his real name hidden.
Got it.
When you say troll with red eyes, is Doc a troll with red eyes?
No. Doc is
an orc.
I am an orc, specifically an
Oh,
Oni.
gotcha.
They are an Oni.
Okay, never mind. Also, I didn't know that. I don't know why I'm commenting on it. Actually,
I mean, it's good. I mean, like you might even mistake him for a troll. Like he's big like one.
Except the bright, vibrant skin.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so maybe sounds like we just look for a guy that has two. Oh shoot! What were the bodyguards?
They are trolls.
Okay.
But they have gone through cosmetic surgery so that their tusks aren't as bad and things like that. Because they are still representative of the Golden City, so they do have a standard of, we'll call it beauty to uphold. It's more of they don't want to have to keep modifying clothing to make room for tusks.
Okay. I'm going to assume that he would also have a +1, so while I'm in there, maybe just check, see if would you have to mark who your +1 is?
No, but it looks like his was not claimed. It looks like it'll just be him and his bodyguards.
Okay, cool. That helps us out a lot.
We can seduce him.
Yeah.
Doc
Is
walks.
is he married?
Yeah.
Edward Light. Actually, no. I'm gonna make you guys do a area knowledge Golden City. Who wants to give it up?
Me, please.
Go
do
for
it.
Get all back. Oh, that's what. 2 successes.
With 2 successes, you remember Edward having a woman on his arm 6 months ago? You think? It could have also just been a photo op with some celebrity. You just remember seeing it in passing.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Can I also do a check or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I've got a few more dice than you.
Wow.
Good lord.
6.
With 6 successes, Edward Light is a bachelor. He is he's not necessarily a playboy. He's more of he knows that he is the face of the Golden City Broadcasting, and there's the kind of the rule of always be available, so that if the PR team wants you to have a date, you have a date.
It's like Orlando Bloom before Katy Perry.
Yes. It took me a second to make numbers in my brain work. That was sad. But yes, pretty much the same thing.
Is there any, I know I didn't make this check, but do we have any context on the types of people he prefers? Even if it's not like a specific gender, just in terms of like, when he is seen with people, they're normally like big burly ladies like that. Or
there's not
maybe...
really it's mostly a PR thing. Usually it would be like if there's a big boxing, like if there's a female troll that has been a big boxer that's going to some debutante ball, they will send Edward with her as well to show that the Golden City supports blah blah blah, whatever PR direct they come up with that week.
But that's all PR stuff, so who knows what he's actually into.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So
can I do one last check before I leave to see if there are any guests that would be linked to the Rose Shipping Company?
Absolutely. Give me a Matrix Intuition or Perception.
Computer plus Intuition. Ooh. Well, no, that's not bad. 5 and 1 or 2. 5 and 2.
As you start digging, you notice that there were some names that were removed due to safety concerns. It looks like someone that works either for the Golden City Guard or the Golden City Paladins has taken the time in notating who is considered a viable threat to anyone that's coming to the party, and has either revoked the invitation or has blacklisted them from all events.
Whoa, okay. Can I make note of those names? Well, I don't know that I would be able to place faces or anything with them, so I guess.
Yeah, so you will just automatically, you can log this information as a free action, like just logging the names so that you have them.
Perfect, yeah. So I'm going to log those.
Okay. Anything else you want to do while you were in the Matrixy bit?
From my speaker, I ask everybody else.
Do you want me to check on the legitimacy of the fundraiser? Is there anything else I need to check on? I don't see anything about the appearance.
That is one thing you have not looked for.
Oh, can I? Oh, I thought that there was no. When I hacked in, it said nothing about the appearance.
No, it would be deeper in. It would be another matrix search.
Okay. Alternatively, okay, I'll ask before I go hacking in. How much time left do I have in there?
Your Overwatch score has not really been going up because this has literally just been this has kind of become a reference sheet for them more than anything else. So it's there was probably a security spider sitting here waiting and watching everyone do their RSVP, and once the RSVP closed, they're like, all right, the spider went off because it's I don't need to be here. Screw this trek, I'm gonna go have coffee.
So over my speaker, I'll go,
Whiplash, you seem pretty in the know. Is there any chance that there would be anybody you know going to the party before I go hacking in that you could just call and ask what I forgot the dress code. Can you remind me?
Oh yeah, I absolutely can do that. If I can just give a quick call to a couple of people. You don't need to fuss around in there too much.
Yeah, I think so. Is there anything else you guys want me to check on? Is there anything else you chummers want me to check on?
Nope. And I quickly grab the potatoes, bounce on his head, and go sit back down.
I will make no comment on the potatoes. Yeah, no, I mean, if you could just give me my comm link back. You've had it for
seconds. They have probably been in the Matrix for at most 2 minutes.
I am uncomfortable with how long I haven't
Feels
had my
too
comm
real.
link. You've had it for yeah, just if you could just hand it, just give it back.
Well, I was just gonna say he's in there, so he can't move his body.
Oh, you're right. Silly me.
All right, so a quick jack out. Your body's a little uncomfortable from sitting on the cold concrete for as long.
I moved you onto a chair and let him slump forward onto the chair with his deck next to him.
When I wake up, I'm like, oh no, this is gonna take some deep cleaning, and I get up and there's dirt stains from my clothing on the chair. I am so sorry. This is why I didn't sit. That's so rude.
I don't think that Em is going to care, if I'm being wholly honest.
Oh, well, that's considerate.
I'd have to give you something for the pain. Well, I don't want you overdosing if you don't have to.
When would I have to overdose?
We'll cross that bridge when the time comes for it.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of something for the pain, do you have any Nova Coke?
Talk to me before the run.
Fine, and I'll just pull some Nova Coke out of my pocket.
He'll sigh and he'll stop and say, I can't give you any quality assurance on anything you brought. Opens up his case, opens it up, pulls out two very thin sort of plastic wrapped or like silicone wrapped sort of cylinders with very white powder, and he sits the two cylinders down. Use your own stuff in your own time if you have to. Use my stuff while you're on the run. I can't have you using any sort of Drek that might have been cut with something nasty or otherwise while we're on here. While you're with me, I know strictly where your medication comes from and what goes into it. Capiche?
I will take the drugs from his hand
Alright.
and put it in my pocket, and then do the drugs that I pulled out of my pocket.
Oh, dang.
Can I try to perceive that?
I mean, I don't think she's.
Oh my god, can I make a palm roll?
You can make a palm roll, so it is perception versus palming? Palming.
Yeah, agility and
It's been more than
physical.
10 minutes, so the perception drug I
Yep,
took's
it
probably
has
worn
been.
off, and I haven't taken it again, so I'm just gonna roll regular
So
perception.
many dice. I only have 3 hits. Hold on.
That is still
Four,
half
five,
of our hits.
5.
3 hits. 4 hits. 4 hits because there's a 4.
I have 5.
All right. She nets 1, so you don't see it.
I don't.
No,
All right.
they netted 1 hit to you.
Looks in the case. Already knows the answer. Says, I'll have to do a shopping run before the run. How about that?
No.
Also, just so that you are all on the level, I will be bringing someone else. She'll mostly be in the background, and she'll only be involved if things are, might I say, publicly messy. Just don't pay her any mind. That's all I ask.
Okay.
So before we call this session, I believe Whiplash needed to make a phone call.
Yes.
Yeah, so I unplug the comms link, hand it back to you, put back on my leather gloves.
Do I notice that I don't think I never mind. I don't think that I'm technologically sound enough to notice that he went through my my phone.
No, because he didn't edit anything.
Yeah.
So there would be no changes.
Just poked through my contacts list. Rude. Yeah, so I am going to go ahead and call my dear sweet friend Haldia. Last name not important. Question mark.
Which contact are they?
Yeah, they are definitely. Let me look at my.
I'd probably suggest Talent Scout, because honestly, they'd be the only one that would have that kind of connection.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I will give Haldia a quick call. I'll just do it in front of everybody, though. I don't care.
So, are you putting them on speaker, or
No.
are you putting it? Okay. So, the ringback is different. They pay a little extra for having the fancier rings.
Mm-hmm.
After a moment, you hear, "Darling, how are you? I didn't expect to hear from you. No, I don't have any openings right now, but I do know that you want to be a celebrity like the rest of us. So, what do I do the pleasure for?"
Yeah, that hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna say that to her. Hi, honey. I'm going to an event tomorrow. I didn't plan on going initially, but appearances are so important and networking. Do you know what the dress code is for the masquerade ball tomorrow in Golden City?
Ah, so you did claim the tickets.
I did, yeah. I just, it took me a little longer to find a date and to, get my security detail together.
Yes, that is very important, especially when traveling to the Golden City. It is not as well kept as our beautiful gem city. But
I know.
Give me a moment. Let me pull it up. You hear some clicking in the background as they are typing away. After a moment, it looks like they are doing a themed party this year. Oh, something about painted skulls or something like that. Looks like it is ballroom classic, and you can either wear a mask of a painted skull, or you can paint your face to be that of the painted skulls.
What about attire? Is it like so ballroom classic? You mean like big fancy nice gowns and suits?
Oh, you want to dress to impress, my friend, of course.
I always dress to impress, honey. I just want to make sure that I'm on the level,
Well, let's see, flowing gowns are always the rage. Something that, you do want to make sure you dance, especially if you want to be seen. So something that you can move comfortably in will always be good. But I'm sure this isn't just a social call, is it, my friend?
Of course it's just a social call. You know me.
Well, like I always tell all of my celebrities when they go to a party, make sure you wear something quick and mobile underneath. Never want to be chased by the paparazzi.
Oh, the paparazzi haven't caught me yet, honey. Don't worry. But thank you so much for the information, love. And then I'll see you next week for our brunch, right?
Absolutely. And I will make sure that we get you set up for some new headshots. Your other ones are, I hate to say this, darling, but atrocious. Your hair was a mess. Your makeup was off kilter, to say the least. So we will get that all squared away.
The rest of the party who does not hear the other side of the conversation sees Whiplash make the most ugly, annoyed, snarl face as Valdia insults me. But my voice doesn't change at all, and I'm like, oh yes, I know that photographer was such an amateur. Anyways, talk to you soon, darling. Toodaloo.
Aw.
Ugh. God. Yeah, we'll connect after this.
All right.
We won't. No,
Did you just say that?
no, God.
Just under your breath. I have a question for Dan.
Absolutely.
I have a guy in my contacts who's a taxi driver. He's just actually a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay.
They are just absolutely a taxi driver.
Okay.
The reason certain people know certain things is their connection levels.
Yeah.
Word. I was only asking because, assumably we're going to need a getaway vehicle, but if he's just a dwarf who drives a taxi, I don't really want to bring him into this because he'd just be a taxi driver.
You just have him on speed dial in case our first ride doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I can always, jack in to a vehicle and take over it. We could borrow a vehicle if we need to.
I was gonna ask, do any of us know how to drive?
I am a passenger princess.
I do not.
I don't know how.
Okay, so maybe I should.
I wouldn't say I know how to drive personally, but I can drive in the.
I actually am going to call the taxi driver then, because I also can't drive. So.
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, I can operate a vehicle, is what I'm saying.
Like in Shadowrun mechanics, you can operate a vehicle. You have driving, whatever. Good reaction.
Yeah. I'm not going to be physically doing it, but digitally I can.
Yep, Deckers actually have the same abilities as riggers in some cases.
I mean, as long as we don't have to brake suddenly, I'm sure that this autonomous driving program won't have any issues.
Chummers.
Yeah.
I'll just call Lewis, and then I'm gonna ping my taxi, my limo driver, because I'm not going in an actual taxi.
You get a ping back right away with the message of the unfortunately I am unavailable at this time. Apparently he has been rented out for another party in Prisma Gem.
This motherfucker. All right. Well, I'm gonna pretend like that didn't happen and say nothing.
As you all work on your contacts, we will call this episode here.
As the runners plan, and the city starts to move into its nocturnal cycle, and the neons light up, bathing the golden city in this rainbow of color and advertisements. As the camera zooms out even further, we start to see the expansiveness of the golden city. But that's not where the camera stops. As it slowly turns, we see the docks. It's busy down there. We can see ships coming and going. But in one corner of the docks stands an office building, only about 10 stories tall. But the top floor, the lights are on. The camera zooms in, and we see an ornate office with an elf with black hair slicked back. He is leaning forward on his desk, his fingers lightly tapping against each other as he is looking at a comlink set on his desk. He gives a slow, twisted smile as he adjusts the ring on his finger. A black petaled rose with red thorns. As he smiles, he looks up at two red eyes that seem to glow in the darkness. Well, Red Eyes, you have what I need you to do. Please do not fail me. As the scene fades, we hear the thump of steps as Red Eyes slowly exits the office.
Hey everyone, Nightland here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly, tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating. Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.